Notes from Naija, because every day in Nigeria teaches me something that I didn't know I needed to learn: character development. One thing I've learned being married to a Nigerian man, it is not for the weak. And I don't mean that physically, I mean that emotionally, mentally, internally, because I am someone who lives through words. I personally use words to encourage, to soften, to inspire. I think very carefully about how my words might land before I use them, because I believe that words can really build someone up or they can break them down. But one thing I've noticed about a lot of Nigerians, men and women, is they don't always communicate that way. If you know, you know. They say what's on their mind in the moment. They are very direct, immediate. There's no soft landing, there's no long explanation, and they don't package it up nicely, right? And at first, it used to really throw me off and sometimes offend me, because sometimes my husband, he would say things like, "Why are you hiding?" or "Stop behaving like you don't know," or "Don't be lazy," or metaphors. "You're carrying eagle wings and you're walking like a chicken," right? And at first, I heard criticism. But over time, I realized something. Nigerians don't always speak from a place of emotional cushioning. A lot of times, they speak from urgency. Stay with me. Because in Nigeria, time is money. Potential matters here. Gifts, they're not looked at like cute little hobbies. They're looked at like, God gave you this for a reason. Don't waste it. And that mindset really challenged me, because before moving to Nigeria, I kept telling my husband, I said, I don't want to be useless. And I realize now that I wasn't saying useless like worthless. I meant I spent so much of my life being independent, working, producing, contributing, and helping to provide. And coming to Nigeria and suddenly having so much more support, more flexibility, and more space to just be, that scared the shit out of me. Because if I wasn't consistently working, then who am I? And I remember one day my husband finally stopped me and he said, "Listen, I didn't bring you to Nigeria to work. I brought you here to learn and use your God given talents." And something about that shifted me. One, because he was using his words, but what he was really trying to tell me was, stop surviving and start becoming. And that's where character development started for me, because being married to someone as driven as him, it forced me to confront the parts of myself that like to shrink, the parts that avoided speaking up, the parts that dimmed myself to make other people comfortable. And honestly, some of the things that he would say will really, really challenge me at first, because they forced me to confront parts of myself that I have gotten so comfortable hiding. And what he was doing, he was trying to push me into the version of myself that he already saw. And somewhere in the middle of all of that, I stopped shrinking. And the moment I stopped shrinking was the more naturally my gifts started to make room for themselves. Now, don't get me wrong, delivery absolutely matters. Softness matters. And trust me, he has learned that too, especially when we think about raising our two children between two different cultures. But what I'm learning is that underneath all of the sharpness in the Nigerian culture is urgency, it's pressure, it's survival, it's people seeing potential in you and refusing to let you waste it. And maybe, maybe that's why people say if you're looking for character development, date a Nigerian. Because somewhere between the directness, the challenge, and the discomfort, you might actually meet the version of yourself that you've been hiding from. And that's today's note from Naija.